It's good, y'all. What's going on? We're going to talk about what is happening. What's going on? What's happening in the markets, stock markets, crypto markets, real estate markets. Tap in, tune in, turn on. What's good? What's happening? Hello, everybody. So there is a question box down below. If you guys got questions, start firing away. I want to address what's going on in the world right now. First, what topic do you want to dive into? A lot of us are involved in the crypto space. So shout out to you. One thing that I want to make clear is none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say, I recommend doing your own research, connecting your own drops. It's a lot to take in at times, and crypto, money, finances, the stock market, the economy, what's going on globally, stock supply chains, education systems, big pharma, you name it. It tests your emotional stability. One thing I will say right off the bat is, yes, there is a shakeout in a way, and yes, some say it was a direct attack. Shout out to the Freshie, of course. My point guard in college, always. My brother's on here, was good, a firm. Shout out to him. Right now, we are getting faced with many decisions to make when it comes to money. We're learning what really money is and how it has been manipulated and how it's been distorted and how it's been skewed and how it's created so much imbalance in our society and it's created such limiting beliefs within ourselves. And then you enter something like crypto, which is, it's such a new thing for so many people. If I had to guess, less than 5% of planet Earth are actually using and involved with crypto right now. So think about that. Think about how many people in this world there are and how many people are using certain financial systems and how many people are actually not using financial services. Before your mind gets into, the central banks and the elites and all that stuff, hold on, because that narrative does get old. If it's new for you, great. Learn, start connecting the drops. For most of us, though, especially that are following my page, a lot of you guys know that there's much bigger things at play. So, what has happened since Monday, Sunday? Of course, this May Day, no pun intended, is there has been a complete drop in the market, starting with Bitcoin. Now, personally, I don't own any Bitcoin. I never will. I don't own any Ethereum. I never will. I'm not a fan of them for many, many reasons. I get how people like them. I get how it's an easy thing to dive into when it comes to crypto and investing and looking to make money. I get how people like to go around government and banks and all that stuff by using that kind of currency, so to speak. Remember, it doesn't actually mean it's valued or backed by anything, and we're in a speculative market. It's very, very important to remind yourself, guys, that even things like Coinbase, if you check out my Telegram channel, I'll put it right here in the chat. Even things like Coinbase, for example, has now been saying that, hey, if we go bankrupt, people can't get their money out. So there's a lot of question marks, a lot of uncertainty in the stock market and so forth. Let me put my link here for you guys. There's my Telegram chat right there. I don't know if I can pin that. Maybe, no, I don't think I can. So for those that are invested in crypto, we'll get to questions in a moment. Type in there's a little question box if you guys want to ask some questions. I'll do the best I can to answer or give you resources where you can find these answers. When it comes to the Coinbase thing and certain exchanges, remember, guys, because there's no regulation, and this is why it's going to help because of security reasons, because of preventing anti-money laundering, theft, manipulation of the market. There's where different protocols are going to be instilled. There's protocol 19, protocol 20, protocol 17, all these different variables. And if this is foreign language to you, that is okay. You are not behind. Promise you, you are not behind just because someone you follow, whether it's my page or someone on Instagram or YouTube, says buy this, buy that, do this, do that. Just take a deep breath, you guys. It is okay, because you could have been involved for 10 years now, and yet still we're at less than 5% of the world is using and knows about it. So it's okay. exhale, take a deep breath. And for those that are holding crypto right now, one of my greatest things you can do is, it's not even a tip, it's just a must, is get your assets, because they're your assets, get them off exchanges. Get them off exchanges. They're not your crypto yet. And what they lure you in is with the staking. And it's important. I do have some staking going on. I make sure I stake in places that I know are valued and verified and are legit, because there's a lot of scams. There's a lot of things that are unfolding. And I know there's a lot of panic and chaos because check this out. I mean, look at this. Let me see if I can get that screenshot pulled up here that I took right here. This was yesterday. Those numbers have gotten bigger. That could scare the crap out of people. People can see their life savings completely go down the drain. And that's why I say do not invest more than you can lose. Okay, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Those are just golden rules of investing. So if you realize something like this is happening, which it's happened before, it's happened in the past, maybe not as big or so forth. There's different cycles. And when you truly zoom out, there's a constant growth. It's okay. We're still so early. And what is happening is people are losing their minds and they're selling right now. Because it's so, if you're selling right now, in all humbleness and all honesty, perhaps you're not meant to invest. Perhaps you're not meant to have your money work for you yet. I don't know. Prove me wrong. I just don't know. Because that's how it all works. As it goes up, on the other side of it, they are selling and taking the money that you're putting in. As it goes down, people are getting ready to load up and buy, and they buy all the stuff you just sold. If you think opposites, our world is so inside out and upside down. It's like we look up and reality is actually down. We look left and the right answer is right. And it gets very confusing, and that's where your emotions get played with. And it's so important to know this. So for me, what am I doing right now? Well, first, one thing that is important for you guys to know is how can you create, like today had about, $5,000 come in for me cash flow wise for my businesses. How can you create an asset or a business or a side hustle or something outside of your full-time job that will create an income stream for you? It's so important, guys. One stream of income may not be enough for most families. Most families are $600 away from bankruptcy. That's why they gave us a $600 stimulus check. They know all of these statistics. They know all of this stuff. So create something that is going to give you cash flow, because a lot of people, maybe you on here right now, you are somebody that wants to invest in something, especially at these prices, which is insane. If you know what these cryptos, what these asset-backed digital currencies will be, who they're already signed on with, the utility, the team, the problems they solve, what it's bringing to the market. If you had a checklist, it's a no-brainer for an investment. We just don't have the liquidity. We don't have the capital to go ahead and invest in this stuff. So that's the first thing. But regardless, this is just a side note. I am hosting a webinar tomorrow at 4:45. DM me if you want to jump on. It's an hour long. I talk about home-based business, income streams, asset investing, tax benefits, tax breaks, things that people like the government, education system, the Rockefeller system does not want you to learn. There's a reason why money is not taught. There's a reason why not many people are aware of crypto, and it's such a new term, something new that we resist change. So create something that brings you cash flow. That's so important, because a lot of us are using our savings account, or we're trying to, take out 401k money. I'm not here to tell you what to do. That's not my role. That's for you to learn. That's for you to learn how to do. And you can start learning very, very simply. So once you have that availability, for example, I've got 5,000, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm just deciding which I want to invest in based on where my portfolio is at. And I'm looking to invest in things that I know are going to be here for quite some time. Things that have utility, things that have use cases, things that create solutions, things that have contracts in place, banks that are using it. And before you go, oh, banks, I know it sucks. And it's not the banks, it's the people that run the banks. It's the people that make the laws. It's the lawyers that work with the banks. It's the bank, the fractional reserve system. It's all a joke. Banks are just buildings, guys. They're vaults and buildings and light bulbs. That's all banks are. They hold stores of value. They're supposed to hold gold and silver, which is God's money. And that's happening. It is happening. I promise you. Look this stuff up. There's so much to look up. At the same time, check it out one step at a time. There's something called Basel III, which plain and simply means the amount of money that a bank can issue or allocate or whatever you want to call it, they have to have some kind of asset backing it. So for most banks, it'll be gold. Look what's happening in Russia. Look what's happening in China. Look what's happening in India. If you're not aware of this, it's something called the BRICS Alliance. And this is also tied into why I am so confident and so comfortable right now. And I'm not losing my mind because all of my savings and life savings is all gone. Okay, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. And in the shadows is the United States, because you know who really is running the show. It's not the guy you see on TV that can't even remember his name, where he lives, loves ice cream, and loves children. That's a movie. That's the illusion. If you get caught up in that distraction, you're going to get wrecked in reality. Because once that movie ends and the curtains come down and the credits roll, it's go time. This is a great awakening. It's the best is yet to come, and we're ready to rock and roll. Remember, there's a parallel universe happening right now. There's multiple timelines happening. And they're trying to distract you every single way, because imagine keeping you distracted here, keeping you on your computers, keeping you on your TVs, keeping you on the news and all the legalities and all the debates and left and right and all that stuff. That's the distraction. And right here is literally a brand new world that is literally happening right now. It's a brand new world happening right here, right next to you. And yet we're so distracted over there. Distractions, distractions, distractions. And when you're distracted over there and you look to come back to this world and you realize, oh shit, all my money's gone. No, it is not. It is not. It's gone if you think it is. Your money is a replication of your mindset. The bank account you have is predicated off the words you speak, the habits and lifestyle you've chosen. I hear you. I hear you right now. Chris, you don't understand. I've had this and this. I get it. I get it. In this present moment, how can we improve? How can we improve? How can we grow? How can we? That's it. That's all we can look forward to. So I'm checking out the portfolio. I'm seeing the market. I know what I have. I know what we own. A lot of you on here, you know the vibe. If you've been following me for a while, if you've seen my highlights on my Telegram, you know what we hold. You know the problems it solves. You know how it's going to change our reality in life, from changing the way transactions are done, cost efficiency, problems being solved, creating more markets for the global economy, where people in third world countries, why do you think they're third world? Yes, central banks, rape and pillage and all that bullshit. It's also because they have no access to a financial system. There's some of the most amazing countries on planet Earth that are deemed third world with some of the most valuable, precious resources, yet it can't be shared because they have no financial service. But here's the thing, they have a phone. Do you know that? More people have more iPhones than they do bank accounts. Did you guys know that? More people in this world have iPhones rather than bank accounts. So let's think about that for a second. If you have an iPhone, what can you receive? Phone call, maybe, text message, WhatsApp, Telegram, email, probably. Yet when it comes to getting a credit card, no chance. A loan, no chance. A deposit, no chance. A savings account, no chance. Checking, nope. Debit card, nope. Cash, nope. Rupees, dinar, pesos, whatever, nope. They have a phone though. So think about it. If we could create a system, and I'm not saying if we could, it's already done. I'm just teaching you what it is. A system where we could actually share and send money like we do text messages or emails. Wouldn't that be an amazing world? Wouldn't that be an amazing world? One of the biggest issues that create war, poverty, disease, and dysfunction is the lack of free trade. Now, might trigger you here. Trump, what he did, what did he focus on? Do you guys know one of his main things he focused on? If you paid attention, not get caught up in the emotional. Remember, the Trump you see over there on the media, that's the show. That's the character. That's the person you don't like. The Trump you don't see and all the people you don't see, the Jedis, the people that are doing big things behind the screen, that's where you got to put the pieces together, because they're not going to tell you. They'll show you what they're doing with their actions. One of his biggest things he wanted to do is make better trade deals. Because if you know a little bit about money, if you start researching how money operates and how money is transacted, there's great videos on YouTube, XRP for example, that talks about liquidity, that talks about the exchange of information, the internet of value. That's where we're headed. Web 3.0, the internet of value. It's not a, oh, maybe it goes that. No, it's already done. It's already done. And this is what we've been harping. I've learned a ton from my brother Zen. If you follow Zen Collective 111 on Instagram, go to his Zen Lounge on Telegram. Dude's a wizard. He gets it. And there's a lot of other amazing people. Coach JV, he gets it. There's a lot of great people to follow. I stay away from people that are pumping something that doesn't have actual value, that doesn't have use cases, that is not efficient and fast, that drains economies and energies. Okay? I stay away from that. I look to things that are actually going to connect the world, bridge the world. And then people's mindset will go, oh, that's the grid, that's the new fight. No, it's not. And the saddest, craziest part is it will be for those people. What you firmly believe in as a possibility, your brain, learn about it. I got books on the brain I read all the time. What you firmly believe that is possible is what your brain will find in your reality. So yes, you will see those scary things. Yes, you will see bankruptcies. Yes, you will see people having to get IDs and all these scans and all these robotic things that we talk about. You will see that, and you may experience that. And someone right next door to you may not have a clue what you're talking about because they can't see it, because their brain won't find it and put together at quantum speed. Your brain's a quantum supercomputer. So our current system we use today, this is some basic financial stuff for y'all. It's called the SWIFT system. And probably some of y'all maybe up until right now never heard about it, yet you use it every day. Most of you use crypto already. I don't know how many people use cash. I know people love cash. Cash is king, this and that. Okay, we'll go to Venezuela. Go to different parts where, well, their cash got so overinflated, which thing, guys, most of America, cash is everywhere, because it was the world reserve currency. What happens like when Russia stops using cash, or China stops using the dollar, or other countries start following and stop using the dollar? Where all those dollars got to come back to? Where are they going to come back to? You think this inflation may be bad? I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just putting together the facts. Because our SWIFT system, the opposite of SWIFT, it's a slow dinosaur system. The slow dinosaur system, that's what we've been using for way too long. And we go through these cycles. Watch some Ray Dalio YouTube videos. Every 35 years or so, we go through a cycle. What was the last cycle? Well, probably when we went off the gold standard. And we're going back to gold because we have the gold. We have the gold. We're going digital and physical. We're going both, not this or that. We're going both. We're going back to God's currency with technology that is safe, clean, cost-effective, efficient, global-friendly, user-friendly, and can reach the world to move God's money. That's what's happening. And I'm so excited. This is the greatest thing ever. And if you're getting anxious, stress, fear, worry, doubt, ask yourself, is this mine or someone else's I'm taking on? Is this mine or is it someone else's I'm taking on? Because that's what happens when we live in a world with social media. Because you can take on something that's not yours fast, and you can pretend it's yours, and next thing you know, it manifests in your reality. So the SWIFT system is what we've used to transact cross-border payments. For me to send money to you in Europe, I send you $10,000. I'm not going to get $10,000. I don't know when you'll get it, and it's going to cost me a lot of money. Nobody asked where that money goes. Nobody asked why that happens. We just say it is what it is. It is what it is what got us in this place. We stopped questioning things. We stopped questioning things. You think the Q is just some narrative that the mainstream media wants you to think? It's more than that. It's questions, it's quantum, it's question and answer. It's the quest that you're on. It's a book in the Bible. It's a gospel. There's so much depth when it comes to that. Quantum systems that IBM is already using. Did you know that? Stellar lumens, XLM, did you know that? Because what's going to happen with the SWIFT system is it's just going to swiftly die out. It already is. Research ISO. Research what's happening with countries all over the world. The World Bank, IMF. Well, what about the World Economic Forum and Schwab? So what? Why do you even worry about that? Do you control any of that? How about you control your knowledge? You control the time you take into learning. You control the questions you ask, the emotions you feel, the feelings you bring into this world. Control that. That's the Great Awakening, my friends. It's not just waiting by the fire, poking at it, waiting for something to happen. Do something. Do something yourself. It starts with you. Trump and all those people, they've got their hands full. They could care less. They have their hands full. Irrefutable proof, if you want to ask me for it, I'll send you everything. Irrefutable proof. Videos, documents, executive orders, legislation, you name it. So this SWIFT system that is slowly, I wouldn't say crumbling, it's getting a makeover, and it's getting a makeover with the help of something called XRP, made by a company called Ripple. And it's something called RippleNet, X-Current, X-Rapid, and it's so funny that it's all water words. Speaking of, let me have some water. It's all water words. Our financial system is based on water. Isn't that crazy? Cash flow, liquidity, freeze your assets, banks, income streams. It's all right there. The stock market goes up and down, crypto goes up and down, just like the tides of the ocean. They say the stock market's predicated by the moon. What does the moon do to the oceans of the earth? Pulls them, pushes them, high tide, low tide. Oh, by the way, you're 75% water. So perhaps when certain things happen in the world emotionally, your body feels it too because you're made of water. So what XRP is going to do, you can look this up, don't believe me. Remember, take everything I say with a grain of salt, use your own research, use discernment, do your own research, connect the dots, come out better. That's my motto. That's my vibe. I'm not a guru. I don't make choices for you. I leave crumbs. I paint pictures. I guide you in a direction, give you the map, and you do your thing. And whatever happens to you, I love and appreciate you, and regardless, unconditionally. What's happening with the SWIFT system is it's getting a makeover. Just like y'all have an awakening, right? You've changed some things in your life, new choices, new habits, new sets, new skills, new lifestyles, new friends, new acquaintances. Nothing wrong against the old. It's just life. We're here to evolve and adapt. And XRP is going to make that happen. Whether you believe it or not, it's already done. The technology is proven. The use cases are easy. It's no brainer. It's been around for decades. It's no brainer. No brainer. What happens is we lose thought of all of that when stuff like this happens. All of a sudden, all that research we've done, all the videos we watched, all the trust we've had in our heart and ourself goes out the window because of numbers on a screen and red dots and red little blocks. Do you see how easy we're manipulated? How easy we are controlled? Numbers and colors dictate our emotions. Well, Chris, you don't know, all my money's in there. I don't know. I do know. I have a lot of money in there too. And if it went to zero and everything ended tomorrow, I'm still okay. And if you can say that, then you're going to be okay. And you're meant to be a millionaire or billionaire. And you're meant to help this world. If you can handle the roughest storms, this is not easy. This is the storm of the history of the world. Nothing's been done like this. From the financial system to the pharmaceutical industry, the healthcare system, the legislative, executive, judicial system, the Supreme Court, the education system, agricultural systems, water bottle industries. I can go on and on and on. Spiritual communities, you name it. Nothing's happened. Every scenario is going through something right now. It's called a metamorphosis. It's a rebirth. For some of you, it's an apocalypse. No, that's not an end. That means a beginning. And we entered this a long time ago. It's already written. It's already written. It was easy to be a millionaire. Y'all would be one. And at the same time, it is. And you all can be one. They just don't want you to know that. Because they hope your emotions get the best of you. And they hope that once that thing gets to 1 cent, you sell it all and they'll buy it all up. And next thing you know, boom, the train has left the station. It's already left. We just haven't had the news yet. The crypto market that we're in right now is a speculative market. It's a speculative market because there's no regulation. The Federal Reserve is already dissolved with the Treasury. That happened in 2020, in case you missed it, under the CARES Act. It's a done deal. It's already happened. So when you realize that the system we've been using is getting a makeover. And for a lot of you that own what you own, take a deep breath again and know that it's going to be okay. That's my advice for you. I'm not here to tell you what to buy, what to sell. That's up to you. I'm just here to remind you it's okay. Because sometimes we forget about all the good stuff happening because of one little news headline, one little tweet, one little video, or one little account that you come across that just pumps fear all day. Unfollow them. Mute them. It'll do you a favor. It'll do you a favor. And if you're selling right now and it's an emergency you have to, do your thing. Do your thing. For most of you though, you're holding tight and your hands are becoming diamonds and your heart's becoming strong and your willpower is growing and your vision's getting bigger and you know why God chose you out of the 8 billion people. Such a small percentage have keys to a new world that's about to turn on. And if that's intimidating and scary, take a step back, ask yourself, what can I learn? How can I feel comfortable? How can I feel confident? What is money? What is currency? What's the difference? What am I holding? What problems does this solve? It's a beautiful future that's in front of us. Beautiful future that's in front of us. Let me check out some questions here. Will you save this live? Sure, I will save it for you and I'll repost it later. You got it. What would you say to people who are afraid of the web internet shutting down, preventing some from accessing their crypto, say invest in gold bars and silvers? Could the internet shut down? Yeah, I think we're going to an upgraded internet. The internet we use sucks. Sorry, it's cool. Could the internet go down? Absolutely. Could it go down for days? Could be. Weeks? I don't know. So protect yourself. One of the best things is get your crypto or your assets off ledgers and onto something physical. Also, XRP doesn't need the internet to work either. Welcome to the future. So if people are living in that fear, ask them what they're most afraid of. What's the worst case scenario that can happen? And when they answer that, ask them, can you try to visualize what's the best case scenario to that happening? And you can also protect yourself if you're afraid of that with precious metals or different assets that will hold. I don't know about real estate. I don't own any. I don't know about stocks. I don't own too many. I just have some from years prior. My stuff is literally in asset-backed digital currencies because there's too many question marks in the market right now, for me at least. Isn't SWIFT partnered with the World Economic Forum? If it is, would the original evil plan just be hijacked by the good guys? SWIFT partnered with the World Economic Forum? I mean, I don't know every person they're partnered with. I know that's what the globe uses, our planet uses right now, and been using, and it's shit. So if the original evil plan for it, here, let me answer this. Here's my perspective on the original plan, right, that was intended for doom and gloom, new world order, worst case scenario, we're all done for, bye. Because that's what some of y'all still think. That's what I used to think too. It's okay. It's all good. Usually fear creeps in when love is absent. Usually fear creeps in when we're missing information or we're not sure what's going to happen. Or we've had some trauma in the past and we take that trauma and put it in the present. The original timeline that we left many, many years ago, and if you haven't paid attention, look outside, look on some truth pages, it's a no-brainer. What happened was we were originally supposed to have, Hillary win the election, Obama destroy America globally, Hillary win the election here, start World War III, collapse our system, keep everyone trapped inside, make more strains of force can't leave, martial law, lockdown. If you refuse, you go to FEMA camps. If you refuse that, you're stuck in your house. Oh, sorry, banks are shutting down. Oh, we're using Bitcoin, problem, reaction, solution. Can't get your Bitcoin unless you get a little microchip. There you go, as most Bitcoins mined in certain places. That was the original scary timeline. That was it. And we're all done. Global, nuclear, world war, whatever. And we're all done. And the only money we have is Bitcoin. We're trapped in our home. Martial law. If you didn't abide, you're in FEMA camps, just like back in Germany. That was it. That was the plan. And that would happen in every other country that was infiltrated by the cabal central banking system, the SWIFT system, World Economic Forum, United Nations, World Health Organization, CDC, and so forth. How much of that do you think is happening today? You think people are really listening to those three-letter agencies now? Do you think the dollar is strong? Do you think, well, who's the president? It's not the one, not that one, the real one. Not of the business of actually America, not of the business, USA Incorporated. We're not on that timeline. So what's you're so scared of? I mean, one thing I'm scared of is how other people are going to handle this that don't know. What's that going to be like? And that's why you're chosen by God, to know this stuff. It's powerful. A lot of people have no idea what's happening. They know a TV show to watch. I just love how you vibe high. Thank you, sis. Appreciate it always. Do I think Bitcoin will hit 1 million? You want my honest opinion? Bitcoin will be $1 or $5 when it's all said and done. It'll just be something you can use to go buy coffee. It'll be something you can use, whatever. Just something, just like a little token. That's my opinion. 1 million, I don't think so. That's just me. And I could list a whole bunch of reasons. It's on my Telegram, go for it. That's just me. When do you personally think the switch will be flipped? My opinion, it's already been flipped. It just hasn't been announced. It's already been flipped. It just hasn't been announced. In my opinion, too, based on my research, again, you have to believe everything I say. I could be wrong. I could be right. I don't know. I just know I'm happy, humble, and I'm moving forward and coming out better every day. The Ripple lawsuit ended last October. There were leaks that came out that got squashed by the media. If you do some digging, you can find it. They already won. People that are controlling the shots are good people. They're helping you, everyday people, all of us, wake up. So it's not a mass psychosis event. You can't just flip a switch when people are driving to their 9 to 5 and all their money's gone. It doesn't work like that. The switch was already flipped. That's why you have so many clues about flipping the switch. It's already happened. It's not going to be like, oh, ready like the New Year's Eve ball? 10, 9, 8. I would be surprised if it's like that because that's intense. So instead it'll be 10, 9, January, February, and then all of a sudden it'll manifest. It'll manifest. How is it manifesting now, you might ask? Check that out. Can you guys see that? I don't think you can. Dang it. Well, those are all inflation numbers. Those are all inflation numbers. So to pick a day, I don't know. All I know it's already happening. How do we put crypto on something physical? So you would want to learn how to get your crypto off exchanges onto a wallet. My favorite wallets are Nano Ledger S and a Descent wallet. Highly recommend using those. That's where about 90% of my cryptos, 95% of cryptos are. Isn't Bitcoin going to be on the XRP ledger? Yes, now you're getting it. You're getting it. Ethereum's going to merge with Stellar. Bitcoin's going to merge with Ripple. So that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be massive. It's going to be just a crypto. It's going to be a cryptocurrency. That's all. Not 1 million a token. No. Remember, a lot of the cabal, a lot of the evil, they use Bitcoin to funnel their money there. How do you think how much Bitcoin, Ethereum was sent to Ukraine? I'm not going to get into that topic. That's another conversation. So yes, Bitcoin will merge. There's merging happening. Okay. Because still, it's another different cryptocurrency. There's just going to be other ones. Most aren't going to be around, like the meme coins, the pump and dumps. Dogecoin will be around. It'll be on the Flare network. But most of those other ones, it's not going to happen. That's my opinion. Remember, these are all just my lenses. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Yeah, yes, from what I've seen, Bitcoin will be merging onto the XRP ledger. It's really cool about XRP is it's called on-demand liquidity. It's called ODL, on-demand liquidity. Look that up. We don't have that much in our world. That's why you can't go to, if everyone went to their bank, let's say we all bank with the same bank, we all go to our bank to get out money, they wouldn't have it. They wouldn't have it because they fractional reserve. Means they reserve only a fraction of what they hold. They lend it all out. Why do they lend most of your money out? You put $1,000, they're lending $900 out, give or take. And when they lend that out, what do they do when they lend it out? What do they do when they lend out your money? You think it's in the bank, it's not. There's nothing in there. So technically we're already using crypto. When they lend it out, what do? They put interest on it. Why? Because they're interested in you. They're interested in us. Not paying it. Why? Then we drown in it. I'm drowning in debt, another water word. You see how it works? You drown in your emotions. I can't pay my credit card. I'm done for. That's your emotional body now is being drowned. It's drowning you. So if we make a run on our banks, they don't have it. So XRP, for example, is going to help liquidate things. It's going to help create on-demand liquidity. Why is that important? Well, there's something called Nostros and Bostros accounts. Add that to your list of notes that you're taking if you're smart. These accounts have trillions of dollars locked up right now in their system. Trillions locked up in accounts that we can't liquidate because of a fiat dollar, which is backed by nothing. Start looking at countries that are tapping back into their commodities and their goods and their precious metals. It's happening. So imagine that balloon of all that money held up, all that value, all that wealth. The gold under the Vatican alone could make everyone a millionaire today. Fun fact, it's not under the Vatican anymore. We have it. Gold ends the Fed. So does silver. It all does. Because the Fed was built on an illusionary system. There's nothing federal or reserve about it. They're not a part of the government. It's Jekyll Island byproduct. So you have a master chess player, a guy with a high IQ who's been in business and money for his whole life, helping this happen. There's no one else that could do it. Nobody else that could do it, except you know who. It's just fact. If you look at the history, the resume, yes, he's messed up a lot, learned his human design. Yes, he's gone through trials and errors. Yes, he's in the spotlight. And yes, he gets ripped apart and he keeps doing stuff. And you'll see it all. You'll see it all slowly come full circle. I don't care what you say or do. Detach from the messenger, look at the message and the actions that are being placed. Okay, Nostros and Bostros accounts. So those are balloons that you can pop. And when you pop a water balloon, instead of all of it popping, you're going to have little streams coming out. And that stream's going to go to India. That one's going to go to South Africa. That one's going to go to South America. That one's going to go to Mexico. You see what's happening? Sounds like Nasara. Oh my gosh, here we go again with that stuff. It's not happening. Okay, that's fine. I see it happening. You don't have to. I'll live it. You can watch it. It's beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. So as that on-demand liquidity happens, now that's coming back into our pockets. And you could look around, ask around, people's tax being relieved, IRS buildings are shutting down, you have people's student loans being lifted, you have mortgages being cleared all over the world. It's happening. Remember, it's not just going to go, oh, hey guys, surprise, world peace, Nasara's here. No. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. And this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's a marathon, and you got to have your endurance right. And you got to start saying no to things that don't serve you if you want to go through this and make it out on the top and become the very thing that you never thought you could be, because you can. And as this on-demand liquidity happens and all these other amazing projects, XLM, XDC for DeFi, decentralized finance. You have the Cosmos network. You have the Stellar networks. You have Quant and Overledger that oversees it all. HBAR, you have all these amazing tools to recreate our whole financial system, because that's what got us here in the first place. A messed up financial system. Yes, it was spiritual. Yes, it's mainstream media mocking. It's all the things. At the end of the day, just about everybody, at least 6 out of 8 billion people, 6 billion out of 8 billion are tied to the dollar. tied to money financially. Yes, money can be evil, and yes, money can rebuild nations and clean oceans. What do you choose? What are you making money be? I promise you, if you choose the second one, more money will come into your life. More opportunity will come into your life. If you constantly choose the first one and you hate money because of a trauma or poverty, and I can't imagine. I was blessed to have the upbringing I had. I'll be honest with y'all. I've also lost a lot of money. I've also spent a lot and made bad decisions and took advantage of my resources that I had. And I made mistakes and learned. And I came out better. When you start changing your perspective on money and the energy exchange and how we build things and we can work together. We all want world peace, right? Don't we all want this whole 5D stuff, right? I do too. It's going to be hard to do without money. God's money. Money that is sound, tangible, backed, store of value. Not paper, trash, monopolies. That's what we use, monopoly money. And if you have an asset like XRP or XLM or XDC or Quant or HBAR, Flare Networks, Stellar Networks, Algo, IOTA, ISO 20022 tokens, you're in a good spot to be that for the world. You're in a great spot to make a change in countries. You want to go build wells in Africa for families? Go do it. You don't even have to go. Send them some money right through XLM. You want to go give back to families in South America? Go do it. Send them XLM. We are the Great Awakening. Trump and all those people, the military, they're doing their thing. They have their hands full, guys. So we're like, why haven't Trump done this? Why haven't they done that? Well, that's because you're looking at what isn't. Have you looked at what is? Because if you look at what is, they're doing a lot. And it's up to us to do the rest. Because it's we the people. And he said that in his inauguration. We're giving it back to you. So better be ready. So if you're in the basketball game, here's the ball. Be ready to shoot. Some of y'all don't even want to go in the game or put your sneakers on. And you're in the locker room and you're scared to go out and get your name called. And you're noticing the rats scurrying. They're panicking. The charade in the white Oval Office, which isn't even a real office, it's a movie set, is unfolding, and yet there's still millions who don't see it. And that's okay, they will. You saw it first because God chose you, and you chose God, and God is within you and without. It's all there. It's all connected. So be ready, okay? Be ready for that. So to wrap this up, let's see, any more questions? You got some more questions coming in. A buyback? Well, let's see right now. What are we at? What are we looking at right now? Here's where we're at currently. Let's see. So at these prices, right? 10 cents HBAR, Atom is 11. This is pretty much a good look at my portfolio. Solo, Songbird, XDC, XRP, XLM. Look at those negatives. Will it go lower? Could. Hard to say by the dip. It keeps dipping. What do I buy? Amount of money. That's usually one of the things. How much it's going to go down more? I don't know. Bitcoin's still at 30,000, and that runs the whole market because that's propped up by a lot of things like Tether, or what could happen. We saw if Luna went from whatever it did to a cent or whatever. We'll see. Hard to say. It's hard to call the bottom of the dip. What I like to do is dollar cost average, so I put a little bit every single day. $50, $100 a day. Mostly in XRP. Boom, boom, boom. Bitcoin probably will go down, yeah. Because right now people they did not expect any of this. And to see all that money disappear, because here's the thing, a lot of people, this is not vague or to generalize, this is just what I've observed. A lot of people that invest in Bitcoin don't really know anything else about it or don't know about any other coins. I'm not saying everyone. If you do, great. And if you do, you probably don't know as much Bitcoin. But a lot of people, institutions, retail that didn't do the homework and they just bought it because it just started going up. Now it's coming back down and now they got to make choices. And it's hard to make choices when you're not educated. It's hard to make choices when you don't have the knowledge. It's hard to make choices when you're not aware of what's actually happening and you just did it to make a buck. That's where the scams happen. That's where you say, hey, Send me your Cash App for Bitcoin, 10,000 in Bitcoin. Boom, account hacked. That's where people get flipped inside out with that kind of stuff. So will it go down more? I think it will. I honestly think it will. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those prices I just shared with you literally go even lower. And then the question is, how do I create more cash flow so I can buy it? When it comes to food and having to see this movie for the mass wake-ups, how many months would you recommend to stock up for? Like, how long do we need for this shit show? You know, when people, I've been asked that a few times, how am I preparing? I already live a lifestyle where I'm always proactive. I would always say good to have some type of powdered food, some water, batteries, just the basics, just basics in life if you can. And again, it's hard for people who don't have the income to do so. That's why I talk so much about having a home-based business, getting involved in another stream of income. It's so important, you guys. The time is now. Reach out to me. I'll show you what we're doing. It's incredible what we're doing. I don't know how long. I can't give you that answer. I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. I'll say that. That's my answer. So prepare the things that you need most. In my opinion, what my heart tells me is that we're going to be fine and that there's going to be assistance around. There's going to be good things, or maybe it doesn't even happen. I don't know. It's your dad speaking with you all day. You know, I had this bird I've never seen in my life visit the window today. If you guys know, like, here's my office, my home office. So I have this bird. There's my dad right there. And I got all these exotic flowers. This bird came right up to the window. It was bright gold and black. I thought it was a movie character. I thought it was like an animal from Avatar. So I don't know. I do know my dad speaks to me all the time. And probably this is how he talks. It's like my dad speaking. Great questions. Do you believe the new system will have the credit system? You know, credit is tricky. I only use credit cards, by the way. I don't use debit cards. There's no point. So many reasons. One, it's not yours, so you're not liable for anything. It's not your money. As long as you can pay it back, and as long as you can keep up with your payments and not drown in debt, so they have interest in you paying off the debt because you're drowning, you're good. Credit score system, like what they're doing in China, I don't feel that will be anything in our future, years from now. I don't. If that's what you're talking about. I don't know if you meant credit score or the credit, like social credit system. I'm not sure which one you're meaning. Descent wallet for XDC Quant IOTA. Yes, get a Descent wallet. I love the Descent wallet because it has way more compatibility with coins. The Nano Ledger X or S is great. Descent wallet, definitely get one. Make sure you get, guys, when you get your wallets, make sure you get the ones from the company. Ledger.com and DescentWallet.com. Don't do it on Amazon. Don't buy half price. Yes, they're about $100, $150. It's your bank. It's your bank. You want to be millionaires and billionaires and change the world, you got to learn how to be your own bank. You got to be a quantum banker. You got to learn some of this terminology. You don't just expect to walk in and have all this money and all this abundance and all this opportunity and assets and all the things, and you have no clue what to do with it, how to store it, how to save it, how to share it, how to care for it. Just like a garden. How are you going to expect to grow a garden if you don't know how to water the seeds and dig holes and nurture it and give it the right lighting? Don't expect your garden to be a full-on nursery of abundance. It's the exact same thing. Be a farmer. A farmer doesn't just go, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to throw seeds here and guess. That's sometimes what we do with our money. I'm just going to throw money there and guess. If you have that liquidity and capital, have fun. I do that at times. I'll buy some things here and there. Didn't work out. Okay, I'll take the loss. For most of us, though, each dollar counts. It does. It's your energy. It's your power. It's not your value or worth. It's a piece of you that you can make change. You can donate $100 to a homeless person. You just gave them power. You gave them life. You gave them a chance. I know you can give them a hug. $100, who knows what they'll do with it? Good or bad, that's not up to you. At least you know you're doing God's work. So really get that wallet. It'll help you tremendously. Will you consider doing a live on Stellar Lumens XLM and how it ties into the Lobster app? Yes, I can definitely talk about that. I actually found a really, really good, great question, a really good YouTube yesterday. Let me show you guys this. Check this out. It is, I'll tell you the account right now on YouTube. It is Token Topics. I don't know if anyone follows Token Topics. Does anyone follow Token Topics? I'll show you right here. It's a great YouTube channel. I just came across it last night and I was hooked on it. I was trying to fall asleep. Token Topics. I love the captions and I started watching some of the videos. Let's see, which one was I watching last night? This one, right here. Of course, 2222. Let's check this out.
In the markets where we're starting, which is small value, retail.
Watch this, guys.
Really the solutions portfolio for financial services at IBM, which is really the largest segment of IBM's market. Financial services it represents about $30 billion a year revenue, about 40% of the overall client portfolio. A little bit of just a little bit of a commercial. We'll get it out of the way really quick for my current employer. IBM is the global leader in enterprise blockchain today. We have over 1,500 professionals working across virtually all industries, 400 plus blockchain projects. We have the world's leading enterprise blockchain platform based on open source, governed by the Hyperledger project, differentiated by cloud, and infrastructure offerings like the Z systems and the Q quantum systems, which are coming soon. We are a 107-year-old company acting like and operating like a startup in the blockchain space. So,
Q system. The Z system. Remember all the tanks in Ukraine? Russia had the Z on it. Who's running the show? So these are the conferences that you're not going to see on mainstream. You got to find them. Look how many projects blockchain IBM is using. They're using quantum supercomputers. You can look up IBM quantum computers. This stuff is way beyond even my knowledge and expertise. So Token Topics, great channel, very XLM heavy. I love it. I'm going to watch more videos tonight, and then probably do another live with you guys. Now that I can go live, I haven't been able to go live for 7 months. That's why some of you, if you didn't know that, welcome. If you just started following me, I haven't been live since November because of, well, you know what. So a lot of the stuff I share is on Telegram. So that was just a little clip right there. What else? It's already happened. Yes. How does the XRP work without the internet? That's a great question. I don't know those intricacies. My knowledge peaks there. I don't know how it works. It baffles me. I'm like, well, what do you mean? How does that work? What is that? It's quantum. It's quantum. We're all internet anyways. We're all quantum supercomputers. Your right brain's a Wi-Fi server. Sends out signals, someone out there hears it, that's why they call you like, oh, I was just thinking about you. It's where we got Wi-Fi, guys, from our brain. It's the magnetic frequencies from our brain. Brain gives off frequencies, gives off waves, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, theta, depending on the mood, place, time, structure, theme, feeling, emotion, thought process, energy, brain capacity, hydration, all the variables. You think of something, or let's say you put a question out, you send out a question, or you send out a clue, or you send out an idea or a thought, and it pings out kind of like what? So see Wi-Fi, right brain connects with people all over the world. So if you learn how the body works and learn how your brain works, you can make any kind of technology. Just mimics the brain, which is fascinating. So if we work without the internet, well, XRP can work without the internet too, and I'll probably stop right there before I go any further. Very fascinating stuff. What else? Any other questions? Wow, that was a fast hour. Well, I know you guys took some value. I had 2 snakes on my screen porch. They're black snakes. Oh, wow. Very interesting. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. I know you guys took away a lot of value. Here's to summarize it all. Yes, everything is red. Everything is scary. Everything is this. And also it isn't. What I just shared is what isn't. Right? Focus on what is in your life. It's the best advice I can give you. What is going good? What is working? What are you learning? What can you do next? If you are invested right now and you have money in the market, in the crypto space, for example, well, I'm not selling a thing. I actually haven't sold anything in a while because I know what's going to be held now is going to be way bigger later. I know where we're going. I could sit here for 10 more hours and paint more pictures. Like, Chris, how do you know all this stuff? You can do it too. Read. Read books. Books, you can't censor books. So people can't go in here and change words and filter it. It's already done. Reading is great. Find trusted channels. What I'm putting together on my website, which is going to be launching probably in the next 2 weeks, finally done, it's going to be all my favorite resources that you guys can use to learn. Okay? Read, learn, invest in yourself, connect those drops. If you're in the market right now, it's okay. Just know what you hold. Don't let numbers or arrows on the screen. I know, I hear you. It's your savings, or if it's this and that, maybe this is a lesson in investing. And you're learning the growing pains of investing. Because what will happen is you won't think twice about losing $1 million when you have 10 million. Or maybe you won't think twice about losing $1 million when you're a billionaire, or whatever that might be. Or maybe you won't think twice about losing $1,000 when you make 6 figures a year. You won't think twice about losing $100 when you have 50K saved in the bank, and so forth. You see? Before you can manage 1 million, manage 100,000. Before you can manage 100,000, manage 10,000. Before some of you even make 10,000, learn what to do with $1,000. If I gave you if I gave you 25K today, what would you do with it? And if your answer is in a liability or a depreciating item or some expense that is not a write-off, that is not an asset, that doesn't appreciate over time, that's why these things happen in our life. We don't know what to do with the abundance that we receive. So practice now. Practice the art of saving a little bit. Practice the art of investing a couple bucks. Practice the art of writing off a couple more things from a business you own. Practice the art of having money work for you, or outsourcing, or hiring someone that will reduce stress in your life by getting some things done that you don't have to do anymore. Take those little steps so when it does happen and those zeros keep adding up and then commas keep adding up, whether you come back into the fiat, honestly, guys, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, why would I even sell back into a dollar? Why would I sell everything back into a fiat system that probably is not, I'm not going to say it's not going to be here. It's just not going to be the same. I'm just going to keep what I have because I know where it's going. Okay? Know where it's going. Super important. I'll post this for you guys. I'm going to do a couple other posts. I will have this archived and saved. Thanks for everyone jumping on. Check out my highlights on my stories. Put in the chat one more time for those who aren't aware, my Telegram link. Couple more tips. Stay away from accounts that just pump fear and no solutions. Okay, stay away from accounts and people and pages that are just constant negative, worst case scenario. I don't care if it's to help you wake up. There's many ways to wake up. And what I like to do with my Come Out Better page is you come out better from the awakening, not worse. Some people come out worse because they're so traumatized and they think the world is ending tomorrow. They literally think, oh my God, midnight, we're done. We're all done. No. And Mother Earth said no. Father Sky has said no. All the plants have said no. Animals are laughing at you saying, we're not going, no, we're not. It's not how the universe works. The illusion is dying. The fake world is dying. The what isn't, the opposite of what is, which is God, is dying. That's what's making its way off the stage. And now good is coming on stage, because that's how we're supposed to really be. We're supposed to be a planet of love. We're supposed to be a planet of light. We're supposed to be a planet of abundance. God and Mother Earth didn't just make all this food and all these minerals and metals and water and ancient springs and ancient practices and plasma energy and scalar and frequencies and vibrations just to go, sorry guys, you got a little, thing in the arm and some Bitcoin and, a fake thing, scandemic. That's not how it works. That's the illusion. And if you get trapped in the illusion, you get confusion. And that reduces unison with us all. All right, you guys, Telegram links right there in the chat one more time for the people in the back. Jump on Telegram. Got almost 4,000 people on there. I love it. I connect with a lot of accounts that I trust and follow. Check out my highlights. I've got multiple highlights. I'll keep dropping more gems. It's a great book. Know what you hold. You're here for the long run. Best is yet to come. And at the same time, come out better. Have an amazing night, you guys. Light them up.